Hello,
Can I speak to Mr. Justin Allgaier?
this is him.
Hey, I'm Douglas Kenney, and I'm wondering, would you mind answering a few questions for a book I'm writing about racing?
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, thank you, sir. I'm Douglas, if you ask. So, who's your favorite competitor of all the ones you've competed with?
Favorite competitor? I don't know. Probably. Man, that's a tough one. Probably my boss, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah, Junior's the best, they say. He's really good.
He is really good. Yeah.
And I've heard you're a Christian. How is your
Yes.
faith guiding you in your career? How is your faith guiding you? I'm Christian
Well, I
too.
think I think there's a couple things that my faith does to help me as an athlete. Number one, obviously, being a Christian, I know that all talent, whether it be what you are able to work towards or what you're naturally gifted with, is all a gift. No matter how hard you work, God still has to allow that talent to be able to flow through you, and with that talent and fame and success and all the things that come from different things. I think for me, I don't take any of it for granted, and I know that all of it could be gone tomorrow. But the other part of it is that I would say that it's allowed me to lead uh, uh, I don't know the right word for it, but for me, I don't get caught up in the money and the fame and all of the different things that a lot of athletes do. For me, I'm very happy with what I have, and I'm very blessed. And I try to not take that for granted. So we do as much as we can to help others, and to make sure that we pass the gifts that we have along to those that aren't fortunate as we are. So that's the other part of it. But then the last thing is for me just the safety aspect of it. I know that racing is a dangerous sport,
Yeah.
and if something were to happen to me tomorrow, I know that I have a relationship with Christ, and I know that through that and proclaiming that I have a relationship with Christ, that I know that I have a place to go and I have a seat next to God in heaven.
Yeah. I'm Christian myself. The Bible can mean a lot of stuff to me. I think there's a
Yeah,
lot of meaning to what the Bible says.
absolutely.
I think there's many ways to interpret what it says, which is why we need to be open-minded. Know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
Of all the Indy 500 finishes you've watched, which one's your favorite?
Probably the '98 Indianapolis 500.
That was the year
And
I was born.
really,
Yeah.
so that was the year that I went to the Indianapolis 500.
Oh, cool. That's really interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
My favorite 500 had to be Mario's win back in '69.
That was a good one. Yep.
Yeah. So, what's driving for Roger Penske like?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, Mr. Penske is the captain. I mean, he's an amazing person, and somebody that I have a ton of respect for. And so, just to even be able to say that I've driven for him is truly an honor. Um, he's insanely talented race car driver. I've watched him drive. He's a great race car driver, but he's also a great leader and a great owner, and somebody that I look up to a lot.
Yeah, a while back I interviewed Penske driver Danny Sullivan. I called Danny Sullivan on the phone and interviewed him as well.
That's cool.
Yeah, Danny's a really great guy. A lot of the Penske guys I've spoken to are really nice.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
And of all the wins in your racing career, which one's your favorite? Your wins.
So in my entire racing career, probably my favorite was 2008 Toledo ARCA Racing Series. We won the championship because of the race win.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
my last race, driving for my dad and my family-owned race team. I had already signed with Penske Racing, and it was just an amazing day, like the way that it all worked out. So that was probably my favorite win of all time.
Wasn't that the one where Stenhouse and Scott
Yes.
Speed got into it?
Yep, that was it.
Yeah, I saw it on YouTube a while back.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it when the drivers express how they feel. But I don't believe that much in payback, if you know what I mean.
No, I understand completely.
Yeah. So, another question I have is, what is fatherhood like?
It's something that I don't know that I can explain it, to be honest with you. It's something that until you become a father, it's really hard to. It's hard to know what worrying and caring about somebody and something else is really like. I've been lucky enough that I have a super sweet daughter, and it's been pretty easy from that aspect as far as parenting goes. But I think it's made me a better car driver on top of being just a better person because of it.
Yeah, I think fatherhood changes a lot of the drivers. You know how Kyle Busch was always the aggressive guy, and it seems like he's turned it around now that he's a father,
Absolutely.
And it seems to have turned around Brad Keselowski, because a while back he was getting into altercations with people, and it seems like fatherhood has turned him around too.
Yep.
And this is the final question I have, which is, let me read it. What is road racing like?
From what way?
Is it hard or is it, easy? Like, describe road course racing to me.
Can you say that again?
What, is it hard or is it easy? Can you describe road course racing to me?
I wouldn't say that it's easy by any means. I think it's for people that grow up racing ovals, it can be unnatural. But I think it's the same in the opposite way. People that grow up road racing, it can be unnatural for them to go oval racing. I would say for me it's a lot of fun, only because I don't get to do it every week. If I were a road racer, I would probably say, oh man, I got to go to another road course. But it's something that for me has been an area of struggle. I've not been as good at it as I would like to be, so I've had to put in more work to become a better road racer than I have to be an oval racer. So, like I would say, for me, it's something that has to be very disciplined. You have to make sure that you put yourself in the right positions at the right time and do the right things. But it's probably some of the most fun you can possibly have in a race car.
Yeah, didn't you go to Ron Fellows' school a couple years back to learn about road racing?
I did. I've actually gone there a couple of times.
Nice. Ron, in my opinion, is the best road racer in NASCAR.
Well, I'll tell you where Ron is very, very good is Ron is a great teacher. He's an amazing driver, but not everybody can teach what they do and show you what they do and how to do it. Ron's very good at understanding what it takes to go fast and being able to do it, but also able to show you how to do it when he wants to.
Yeah, I remember when he dominated Sonoma back in 2001 when he drove for Nemechek. He had that race, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, so he should have won that race for sure. Well, I'll tell you the name of the book that I'm writing about racing. It's called Life at the Checkered Line. I'm a super fan. I like all the drivers.
Very cool.
And I'm very experienced in auto racing. I'm 18 years old, but I've had a lot of experience in the sport. In fact, I usually participate in go-kart races, so I'm kind of writing a book about my experiences in auto racing.
Awesome. That's super cool.
Yeah, thanks for the interview. It's good to talk to
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you.
I'll send you a copy of the book in the mail when it's published.
That would be great. I appreciate that.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.